Warm greetings from the high 10. It's Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you for joining me. Happy Sunday to everybody in the chat and viewing audience. I'm going to be playing you content from Cinema Shogun. I want to thank him for his post. Hope you don't mind. I'm going to be using your commentary to add to this live because he made some great points in his past few videos. And I'm going to cap off with the said information. This information is pertaining to Leilani speaking to the brother, stepbrother, half-brother, new brother, old brother. I don't really give a damn. They've decided to introduce Mr. Michael Myers into this case. Maybe it's because the movie was a flop. Yeah, Queen saw it. And now we've got the real Michael Myers decide he wants to intervene and come on in and say something. Don't take it personal, sweetheart. This is what I do. I do commentary. And I'm a slight comedian on some good days. Yeah, everybody knows how I rock. Why now? Why do you have something you want to say? See, I don't know that you said anything because I haven't heard you talk. I don't even know what you sound like. We know what Billy Joe sounds like, but I don't know what you sound like. So I believe all this is BS. But anyway, we're going to let this young man give his commentary pertaining to what she said. And also, I do believe she's setting up, she and her family, Miss Diana McCarter and the boyfriend, Danny. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $Beganji, 129 Cash App. All stickers are welcome during this live. Please check out the last live from early this morning. Yeah, I was a little bit crunk because I keep it real. When it's about those kids, I don't hold any punches. Let's rock and roll, everybody.
But yeah, this Michael Simon, Corey Simon, who knows what kind of freaking Simon this guy may be. He's been out here spreading all type of stuff, okay? I'm not saying I have anything against him. He seems to be kind of nice. He's well-spoken. But it's like he's like the, I don't even know what to call him. It's like he's come in and doing PR. Like a public relations type of person. He's coming in and trying to untarnish certain people's names, and he's casting doubt on other people while seeming really innocent. And I'm not saying he has anything to do with anything, but I'm saying he's taking some of the heat off of his family. And I'm just wondering, where the hell did this guy even come from? And when did this coordinated effort start? Because this is a coordinated effort. We went a couple of weeks and we weren't hearing much from these people. After they went to Tybee, it's like we got a whole different energy. Now they're talking and calling into live streams. They've come up with the story. But, you know, I'll get into all of that in just a moment. I want to hop into what was said because people were asking Michael or Corey or whoever this guy is, people were asking him to ask Leilani, what was Quentin like? And here's what she had to say. Quentin loved TV, remotes, phones, tablets. He loved to watch PJ Masks, Paw Patrol, and Dragon Tales. Quentin loved to chase behind his brother, copying everything his brother did. He is a little bright, happy, fun, smart, loving little monkey. He would say thank you, no matter what it was, even if he was the one to do something for someone else. If the music was on, he would dance, smiling, spinning in a circle and clapping. Quentin always gave everyone love and hugged your legs. Every time he did something he was proud of, he would come to whoever was close by and ask for boo, which was a little fist bump. Now that is, you know, that's really sad to hear, you know, to hear very a little bit of what Quentin was like.
Very sad.
But at the same time, in these situations, you have to kind of shut off those emotions. At least for me, it's important for me to shut off those emotions because I do feel like this is kind of a tactic. Like to say all of this now I can't help but feel like this is kind of a tactic for people to let their guards down.
All right, everybody, brief commercial. Thank you so much for joining me.
For you to start sympathizing with her a little bit more. And I'm not ready to sympathize with Leilani. Yes, I care about Quentin. Yes, it hurts reading that. But that's the desired effect, I feel like. I feel like a lot of this stuff, they're trying to make people let their guards down. They're trying to spread a little bit of a doubt about what could have happened here. And they want you sympathizing with Leilani. And when you're sympathizing with certain things Leilani is saying about her child, whether it's directly or indirectly, you're sympathizing with Leilani. And I'm not ready to do that. But she goes on to say more about certain things. Let's just go ahead and hop right in. Just so everyone knows, the FBI are the ones telling me I don't remember. This never came from me. But if they are somehow correct, I will turn myself in. I will take responsibility without a fight, without running, and without hiding. Again, I don't believe it's true. But if it is, I will turn myself in. She then starts answering other questions. She says that she doesn't have a lawyer. She says that the back door was open between 2:40 a.m. and 5:44 a.m. 1:45 was the last time she saw Quentin, and he was okay. When she went to bed, she saw him in the playpen. She says that Danny texted the babysitter at 5:29, and Leilani woke up at 9 not knowing why the kids were still there and not at babysitter. She thought the babysitter took Quentin because she had done so in the past. Oh, man. Call to the babysitter from Leilani was at 9:16 on Danny's phone. Danny tried to wake up Leilani before work. When he shook her, she wouldn't wake up. And that's about all the information that we really get from Leilani. Keep in mind that this is supposedly Leilani writing notes to her stepbrother to read to everyone. Whoa. I mean, there's a lot to take in. But the reality is, I can't help but feel like that little party night on Tybee, when they went, they were drinking, everyone was talking about it. We've talked about it 10 times on this channel already. I can't help but feel that after that day, there's been a different energy coming from this family. I believe early on, Billy Joe almost went ahead and wrote Leilani off because they felt that Quentin was probably going to be found.
Amen.
But the longer it's taken, I see that Billy Joe and Leilani are coming back closer together. You got to keep in mind that she was just kicking Leilani out. At court, they arrived separately and they did not talk to each other. Then they were spotted on Tybee, and now it seems like they're coming closer together, right? And I can't help but feel like a plan was hatched. That finally, after weeks of not knowing what they were going to do, they realized, hey, Quentin hasn't been found yet. There's a big chance that Quentin is never found. So let's go ahead and let's brainstorm and let's get our story straight. Let's get together and figure out what we're going to do going forward. And it's obvious that what they're doing going forward is they're pointing the finger at Danny. They're not coming out and being like, okay, Danny did it, right? But they're insinuating or at least casting doubt towards Danny. Now, when she's saying, oh, if I did it, then I'll happily turn myself in. I just don't remember. Guys, come on now. That right there is... All right, I'm going to try to be as nice as possible here. anything is possible. Anything is possible, right? But listen, I think she's setting herself up for like a two-way defense. I don't remember anything, right? So I'm not necessarily blaming anyone, but I am kind of insinuating that Danny could have done it. But at the same time, if you do figure out that I did it, I already got the story straight that I don't remember anything. And I'm basically going to fall back on my mental health issues as my defense. That's what's happening here. If you want my opinion, this is opinion, speculation, call it what you want. They have gotten together, I believe, and I believe we can pinpoint it to the night they were staying in that hotel on Tybee. I think they have gotten together and they have come up with their plan going forward. There was no plan in the beginning. That's why Billy Joe was on the news crying. Leilani never said anything, but there was no plan in the beginning. Billy Joe was sloppy. She said a couple of things on Facebook. You don't see that happening right now. But there's obviously a plan going forward. And the plan is to try to paint Billy Joe out as not so bad of a person, while casting doubt on the fact that Leilani could have done this, while also casting doubt on the boyfriend and kind of, pointing elbows at the boyfriend, like he could have done it too, That's what I feel. Because when she says, oh, if I would have done it, or if it comes out that I did it, I won't run, I'll turn myself in. That right there is another tactic in my mind to take your guard down. Listen, I don't know how else to put it. I think this stuff like this works on certain people. It's not going to work on me. Okay, it's definitely not going to work on me. But the sharing the memory, now after weeks, I want to tell you all what Quentin was like. It's so you let your guard down and you start.
I got my first Botox cosmetic.
Sorry about that. Caught me off guard, that commercial. Oh, it's about to end.
She's feeding into your emotions, and it's going to work for some people. And then I don't remember anything. If I did it, I'll happily turn myself in. Feeding into your emotions, making you let your guard down. Now, if she would have just came out, Danny did it, Danny did it. A lot of people would automatically be like, would write her off, right? Because now you're looking way too guilty. You're just deflecting. But if I did it, I'll happily turn myself in. But hey, Danny did this, and Danny texted this person, and Danny left at this time, and then Danny did that. You know what I mean? It seems to me like she's trying to play into people's emotions. She's trying for you to trying to make you let your guard down, so you are more prone to believe her going forward. Or at the very least, you will open your mind to the possibilities of other things. Now, on my channel, we always say anything is possible. I told you all from the beginning that it's odd that Danny took off. Now, does that mean Danny knows something? Does that mean Danny did something? Not necessarily. But at the very least, I think it shows that maybe he believes Leilani was capable of doing something. But I'm not here to tell you that Danny is 100% innocent in all of this. I've never told you all that. Now, we've been told from his friends who he ran off with that he passed the lie detector test and all of this other stuff. We don't know that for sure. It's not confirmed information from law enforcement. But law enforcement could have named him as a suspect, and they didn't. And they seem to have no issue with the fact that he left town. So they named Leilani as the sole suspect. All in all, like I said, the situation is going to get weird. Get ready. Because what's going to happen now is they're going to start putting out information to cast doubt on everyone else. They've already pointed the finger at the babysitter. Now everyone loves the babysitter. So now they're going to start pointing fingers at Danny, Who knows who they will blame next? Just get ready. It's already turned into a circus in front of their house, and now it's going to turn into a circus inside their house. They're going to start putting all type of stuff out there. Who knows what will come of it, but I will be here to update you all with any new information. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, hit that like.
All right, everybody, that's Cinema Shogun. I play this content because he brought forward information pertaining to what allegedly a mediator has said that Leilani said. We do not know if this is the truth because we don't know these people, as I've always said to you in true crime. A version is just that, a version. It doesn't matter if it was told to police from a person, eyewitness. It's still a version. It is up to detectives, district attorneys, defense lawyers, and 12 members of a jury to decide what is the truth. And know that you will not always get the full truth because everybody does not know your every waking thought. Let's rock and roll. No lawyer. Is related. She doesn't have a lawyer. She says the back door was open between 2:40 and 5:40 a.m. The Queen was the first to bring you a near same time slot last week. My source that's in law enforcement told me the door was open between 2 and 5. What are the odds that now a mouthpiece comes forth and adds 40 minutes to the time? What about that? Did somebody hear the Queen's video last week? I don't know. What do you think? Because what they're saying to themselves, how the fuck does she know what the hell's going on at this house? How would the Queen, some big black lady from East Tennessee, know about that back door? And don't you find it interesting that you all kept thinking it was the front door because I told you to quit listening to gossip? So now it's verbatim to the Queen's information, except for 40 minutes off. I want you to think about that. A source told me that door was open between 2 and 5, and now, voila, days later, we've got these people saying the same door was ajar, but adding 40 minutes to the time. Put that on paper. She'll take responsibility if they are correct, turn herself in. That makes no damn sense. First, you're trying to blame the FBI. Oh, the FBI, they're the ones that said I can't remember. Why the fuck would the FBI imply that you don't remember? So basically, you're trying to say they believe the version that you've given, which is really no version at all, because my understanding is that you have not formally talked to the police. You have not gone down to the station to sit formally to say what the hell happened on that Wednesday morning. You've only talked to the people when you filed the missing persons report, which was that Wednesday. Am I getting that correct, Leilani? So now you're trying to implicate the FBI as liars. Oh, they made that up. I didn't say that. That's why I told you all to stop listening to anything that these people have to say. These people, this is a witch, a group of witches and warlocks. You don't listen to witches and warlocks, okay? You don't listen to anybody that's related to a dead person, especially a baby, and they never came forward to ask the public to find the baby. Ding, ding, ding. I'm not going to ask you to help find something that I wanted to lose on purpose. Duh. Hell no. I don't want you to find that baby. That's why I killed him in the first place. Stay woke. They never ask for help killers because they don't want the dead found. So why the hell am I going to go out here and wave flags saying, please help me find my baby? I miss my baby. The fact that you're describing what type of child he is just very disturbing to me. He likes to thank people, even if he's helping, not helping, wants to do the little fist bump, boom. Do you know how morbid that sounds? I'm getting Chris Watts vibes right about now. You're acting like the mother, his stupid mother, about the record player stopped playing during the memorial. Oh, something happened. Somebody's messing with the record player. One of the girls was messing with the record player. Hell yeah, that little dead girl was messing with the record player because she's telling you to turn that shit off. Because you're sitting here hating the man that fucking killed her, which was her daddy. Hell yeah, the record player stopped working. Because it's a farce. You're sitting here upholding your son, and he killed his whole family. Same BS that's going on here. Oh, he was a happy child. Oh, he liked to do this. He liked to do that. How morbid is that to hear a person who killed their child describe how happy the child was? Well, if he was so damn happy, why the fuck did you kill him? Because I believe you killed your baby, Leilani, Simon. And you using this brother, stepbrother, half-brother, whoever the hell he is a lame attempt, and it's disrespectful to the dead. It's disrespectful to law enforcement. It's disrespectful to anybody that's sane and lucid and knows better. And yes, this is orchestrated after the fact to try to get people to have pity and sympathy for her. Empathize with what she's going through. But I don't empathize with the baby killer. Not now, not never. If you choose to do so, that's your damn business. Danny texted Diana McCart at 5:29 a.m. He woke up at 9. What did she say? She woke up at 9 a.m. wondering why the kids were not at the center. Well, let me ask you something, Leilani, if that's true. Were you geeked up and on dope? You were in a fog? Because allegedly he couldn't wake you up. So were you so tired from orchestrating this crime and running around Savannah trying to find a place to dump your damn kid? Hell, I'd probably get tired too. It's late night. I'm geeked up. I'm drunk. I'm running around with a dead baby, probably in a tote or a trash bag, trying to find a place to dump the baby. God forbid, if the rumors are true, you're sitting around waiting at a trailer park or wherever the hell you went. Hell yeah, I guess that is exhausting. Hell, I don't know. Maybe you're just out of shape. You know, you're not as big as the queen. What's your problem? You're out of breath. Well, guess what? Big girl up here, she's out of breath too because she's tired of talking about this stupid stuff. I'm tired of talking about stupid people. I'm tired of talking about people that enable baby killers, child abusers, people that lie in the cut, won't say nothing, scared to call 911 or CPS. I didn't want anybody to know my name. You ain't got to give your damn name. Just tell the truth. Shame the devil. What's the truth about you waking up, realizing your children were at home? But like I said in my live this morning, the one topic that you don't hear on YouTube is what is the conversation pertaining to the other two children on that Wednesday morning. Why didn't Diana McCarter say in the live, if she asked her, are you bringing the other two children? I have yet to hear this commentary, and I want to answer. I would like an answer. But, oh, she just gave that because maybe she's been hearing the queen talking. Don't you all get it? These motherfuckers listen to these lives. They listen to YouTube, Facebook, and they just so happen out of the blue will throw in a little bit of tea pertaining to a question that you've asked in live streams, Facebook groups. Don't you find that interesting? Because I just asked that question late this morning, and then I get up. Mr. Cinema already has a commentary with this bitch talking. So she's telling us in a roundabout way. Allegedly, she woke up and her other two children were there, wondering why they were there. I thought Diana came and got them because she has done so in the past. Wow, that's interesting. I think even Mr. Shogun got kind of stunned when that was read. So let me guess. You're trying to implicate Diana McCarter too, that she had a key to the house and she came in and took the baby and she just decided what? Out of spite, she'd go throw your baby in a garbage can. Is that what you're saying? Diana McCarter is a low-down bitch that wanted to seek revenge on a little goofy-ass junkie by killing her kid. My. How interesting is that? So now we're going to wait to hear if Diana McCarter would like to respond to that allegation that she's come inside of your house before and taken the children out. That makes no logical sense that I would go violate your privacy and break and enter into your house, whether it's a key or not. We don't know if any of this is true. If she ever walked in your house with a key, without a key. You're also implying that you leave your door open. So that's what you're saying. We leave our door open at all times of day and night and morning. The babysitter has access to come in and get the children whenever. Well, fuck it. If the babysitter's just going to walk up in your house anytime with or without a key, hell, she might as well move in over there. You've got a lot of room. Hey, Diana, did you want to move in? So, Diana McCarter, Queen's talking to you, baby. Are you going to respond to this allegation that you sometimes just walked in their house and took their kids out of there? I'll wait. Let me guess. Monkey was her preference. He was her favorite child. So that's why she stole him and put him in a dumpster. Woo, boy. You can't make this stuff up. What is the truth about Wednesday morning? Did this bitch leave the door open deliberately as to show the security system that the door was ajar? But as I told you all before, criminals are dumb. The security system is going to show that you either open the door from the inside or the outside, you bobblehead. You forgot about that. It's going to show the door open from the inside. That's the whole purpose of motion sensors. To know if there's movement coming from inside or outside. Inside, outside. Oh my God. Just idiots. What will Danny's version be, and will he now come to the public and speak to refute any allegations made in this commentary? Will Danny tell us that he never called, he never texted Miss Diana McCarter? Will he tell us that he got up in the middle of the night and opened the door? Will he also tell us he went outside to smoke a cigarette or just look at the stars? We definitely know he's not going to tell us he walked outside with a baby and dumped the baby in a trash can. How about that? Is this bobblehead and her family trying to set up Diana McCarter, former babysitter, and Mr. Danny, the baby daddy of baby Sky? Will he refute these allegations? I do believe, as Mr. Shogun says, that this is a deliberate attempt to implicate these two people. This is a ruse that you all came up with at Tybee Island, perhaps. Maybe you did go to the island to get away to talk in a hotel because you felt like your cell phones or your house was bugged. You know that law enforcement has been at your house searching, and maybe you think they put a bug in your house. So let's ask that ultimate question. Do you all conversate about this case inside of a house? Ding. Are you afraid to speak inside of your house, outside of your house? So this is why you went to the hotel to concoct this story and reach out to Michael Myers to help aid this buffoonery. Not including going to a YouTuber to spread more rumors because she's a donkey's ass and she doesn't mind spreading lies pertaining to baby killers and enablers. Like minds attract. Once again, will our babysitter refute the allegations of going in this house unannounced to take the children out? Were you tired that morning? That's why you couldn't get up allegedly. You got out of breath, running around trying to find a place to dump your beautiful 22-month-old baby. Monkey. It's amazing how people will talk about people after death when they're the sole reason the person is no longer alive. Lord have mercy. Who is Michael? Is he the estranged son A biological son, stepson, who is he? Because 2 channels are giving different information. Where's the son that lives there? I believe his name is Paul. If not, I stand corrected. Why isn't he speaking? Why isn't that sister speaking? Fuck it. Billy Joe, how many kids do you have? Half a son, a whole son. What is this? How many kids do you got? And why is this guy the mouthpiece? That's what I like to know. Why not your sister or brother or somebody else? Or do you have any brothers or sisters that you speak to? BJ, I'm just curious. Orchestrated plan to narrate a lie. I agree, Mr. Shogun, that this is orchestrated. They put a plan in motion. I do find it interesting that BJ and the stepfather went to the news negatively speaking about Leilani, and now all of a sudden you're all in cahoots together and coming up with these lame-ass fairy tales you're spinning through this boy who is also gullible and dumb. I wouldn't immerse myself in his case. I wouldn't say anything except to law enforcement about my relationship with these people. Other than that, I wouldn't be going to YouTube and other YouTubers. Why are you talking to other YouTubers? You know your credibility goes down as you keep going from one channel to the other. Because then we're looking at you as if you really aren't here for the right reasons. Because as somebody said, when you tell the truth, it needs no explanation. You spin it one time, you don't need to spin it anymore. People can share the content, either believe it or don't believe it. But how many times are you going to tell the truth on 4 or 5 different channels? And from my understanding, your version is changed per channel. I don't know because I haven't been channel hopping to look for you. Because as the old people say, I didn't send for you. So therefore, big girl ain't looking for you. I want to turn myself in. Turn myself in already. That's Angela saying. You should have turned yourself in already because they've already implicated you as the suspect, Leilani. But you're playing cat and mouse games with FBI law enforcement and the viewing audience to say, well, if they got something on me, well, bitch, they do. So what the hell are you talking about? If they got something, they said they do have something on you. So what do you mean if? If they are correct. Let me say that. Let me say that correctly. If they are correct, then I will gladly turn myself in. Well, bitch, please turn yourself in. Because they said, L-E, FBI, say they have evidence that you dumped your baby in a trash can. That can was later taken to the landfill. They have information of the landfill area where they are currently searching. Will resume searching tomorrow. So what the fuck are you talking about if they are correct? Well, why don't you just do us all a favor and turn your ass in right now? How about that? So everybody can shut up, get off the people's property down there, stop hooping and hollering and raising the damn dead. Because I'm telling you, if this case was in Louisiana, the dead would have already floated to the top, jumped out the fucking casket, because you know they buried their dead above ground down there in Wheezy. They'd already be walking around. What the hell's going on here? If they're correct, I'll turn myself in. FBI said, I forgot. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So basically, you're saying the FBI is believing what you're saying. So I'm going to ask you personally, because I know you're a little slow. Do you remember killing your kid or you don't? Will Danny be the next to go live to tell us what is the truth and not the truth of this version from Mr. Michael Myers? We have now raised the dead because now we've got people wanting to give commentary on behalf of Leilani and her sick mother. Michael, what do you have to gain from doing these lives with YouTubers? Because as I said, the truth needs no explanation. It only takes one time to tell the truth. And the word on the street is that you've been spreading misinformation. But that's the point. You don't even know what the fuck is going on. Unless you're a part of this hoorah. You do know what's going on, and you are spinning lies to the public as to get people to feel sorry for your sister. Why did you get involved in this? Why not go to LE and tell them what you know and don't know? How about that? You know, Ellie has said that she's a suspect, yet you're sitting here acting like you're 4 years old with your thumb up your ass and don't know what the hell's going on. You do know what's going on. You know she's guilty, and you're sitting here talking about waiting to see what they got, and we don't really know what's the truth or not. The hell? This is an investigation. They don't have to tell us what they know about this dumbass girl. And you're sitting here, another one, with your thumb up your ass, acting like she ain't killed no damn baby. Blaming the FBI when she had to be the one to put the rumor out that she didn't have no memory. She told her mama, and her mama told what? Facebook. Now she's putting that lie on the FBI. And yet you're sitting there like a dumbass, passing messages back and forth on a live stream like this is some type of fucking contest. This is about a dead kid. You're stupid to involve yourself as being the messenger. You do know what they say about the messenger, don't you? You better wake up, boy. Because you're playing a dirty game. And you keep on fucking around with Billy Joe and Leilani. Your ass gonna be up on the chopping block. And better hope that don't none of you end up like Quentin ended up. Ding. Billy Joe Howe. Now, I want to know, girl, why is you aiding a baby killer? I'll wait. Now, you know that is so unsouthern and undignified, unless you just a true hillbilly hick from the holler. So which one is you? Because you ain't dignified. Most definitely you ain't no Blanche Devereaux. So that leaves you just an old hillbilly hick that's playing mind games with the media and law enforcement and your daughter. And I agree with Mr. Shogun. You decided that the baby ain't been found, so therefore you just gonna tolerate this baby killer because she ain't got nowhere else to go. Hell yeah, I'll just let this heifer lay up in my house knowing she killed that baby. And then when they put the cuffs on her, I'm done with her. Is that how that's going to go, Billy Joe? Billy Joe! Queen talking to you. Is that what you're going to do, girlfriend? You going to wait till they put them cuffs on her and then you just going to walk on by? You going to seal up that good door? I bet you the alarm system going to work when she get them fucking handcuffs on her. How about that? ADT going to be working. All the doors going to be locked. All the windows going to be locked. It's going to be Fort Knox over there. Won't nobody be breaking in, steal no babies. Let Leilani tell it. How many of you all are supporting Leilani Simon? Raise your hand. How many of you that's in that dusty house is supporting this baby killer? Because we know Michael Myers is. That's one. And I'd like to know what in the hell he's got to gain. Will there be arrests for Billy Joe and the Pawpaw and Leilani and Danny or anybody else for any other crimes besides gross negligence of a child and murder of a child and discarnment of a body? Will we find out that Billy Joe has been committing fraud down there, doing some things she ain't got no business? I'd like to know what you be doing when you get off your welding job, because we know you like to sell a little kitty cat. You wouldn't possibly be selling no kitty cat on your off time now, would you? Now, I know that sounds so unladylike, but I ain't a lady tonight. Catch me on Tuesday. Who all knows the truth about Wednesday morning? Was the baby dead in the early evening or in the wee hour? Who's going to be the first to tell the truth about Quentin Simon? Time of death, manner of death, motive of death. I'm waiting. When will law enforcement find baby Q? Will there be more arrests as culprits to the death of this child? Will we get a confession from Leilani Simon? Will she take a plea deal if offered by the district attorney's office? Who's going to be the first to fold? Has Danny already folded and told on Leilani Simon and told his party in dealing with this girl and this baby? Or did he put all the blame on her and then poof, voila, vanished? And if we're to believe the allegations that Michael brought forward that his parents were getting high when they came to pick him up, then how in the hell is a judge going to give them custody? But we need not ask that question, considering that Billy Joe got custody and she's got an extensive background record. But as I've told you all before, things change. I know someone who's a convicted felon right now, and they got custody of their child when the child went into the state's care. And they had drug charges on their record. So, as Shogun would say, anything is possible. Mr. Shogun, I want to thank you. You made some great points during your live. I do believe, since the baby wasn't found, Billy Joe is just tolerating her daughter because she knows she don't got nowhere to go. But my thing is, why aid a killer and allow a killer to live in your house? Put her ass out. Make her learn the errors of her ways. Show her that she cannot live in somebody's house for free and get high and turned up and keep making babies by different men and don't pay her way. Put that buffoon to the street. Let her see what it's like to not know where her next meal is coming from, how she's going to survive, don't know where she's going to bathe, eat. Make her learn that you got to pay your way sometimes in life. How long are these people going to keep this farce going? Leilani and company. And once again, I don't want to say if she gets arrested. I'm going to say when she gets arrested. Billy Joe, how will you finally then drop your daughter and cut her off? Or will you play the doting mother that never gave a fuck about her kids or her grandkids? Because you see, I do believe this is why you had custody of the children. You knew that you had a fuck up because you were a fuck up. And in the end, your poor decision making cost the child his life. And 2 children to be in the state's care. But God had a plan because he said they're not worthy of raising neither child. So Satan came in and played the part. You weren't worthy. Neither one of you. Not a baby daddy, not Leilani, and not BJ, and not a papaw. And that's why 2 children in the state's care and one's lying in a damn dump. Allegedly. Because you weren't worthy. And I hear the IRS is down there Now, Billy Joe, why is the IRS involved in this mess? I'll wait. Because that came from the same source that told me about the door being open between 2 and 5. So she's only added 40 minutes difference. So we're going to wait and see if somebody comes back with the 411 that the IRS been snooping in your business, searching your house. Then they're going to come back and say, that damn black lady said they was down there. And how that lady know all of that? Ooh, see, unlike the people that get up on y'all channels with that bullshit, I don't have to have sources to jump on a live stream. Amen. Did you hear what I said? My information don't have to be on a live stream. Don't need a bullhorn. Don't need a camera cussing and fussing out of a car, chewing on pizza boxes and crying and moaning once they got arrested. It's very sick information. Let's go to Shogun again one more time, and then I'm going to drop the link so y'all can come on in and give me the 411. Thank you, Mr. Cinema Shogun. They're blaming the boyfriend now. Mr. Cinema uploaded this 6 hours ago. We're going to roll with that and see what he has to say about that. All right. Got that Bluetooth for hollering.
Bluetooth connected.
Let's see what we can hear about now. All right, everybody. Let's see what's going on. You all are some dirty folks, I must say. Just dirty. Check out Cinema Shogun's channel. It's great views, great points. Content uploaded 7 hours ago. One second.
To a boatload of messages this morning about all of the rumors swirling around this case. And I'm going to do my best to just catch you all up to speed as quickly as possible, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And apparently some guy claiming to be the stepson of Billy Joe, he's been speaking out, calling into live streams, revealing all type of information. And we're about to get into that in just a moment. But first, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you can be notified of all of the real updates in this case. And drop a comment down below, introduce yourself, let me know why you're here, let me know how you feel about this case. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it. Well, apparently, there's been some guy for like the past 2 days now named Michael. He claims to be Billy Joe's stepson. And he's been calling into random live streams, revealing tidbits of information, not much, mostly stuff that we already know. But the feel that I am getting is that they're trying to point the blame and point the fingers and point the attention at Danny, the boyfriend. And I'll admit, we all kind of forgot about Danny. We didn't necessarily forget about Danny, but we weren't focused on Danny because Danny separated himself from the situation early on, which was probably a smart move for him because most people haven't been worried about him. We were told by one of Danny's friends, we didn't hear this from law enforcement, we were told that Danny, passed the polygraph test and he was cleared to leave and go to Atlanta. But we never heard that from law enforcement. The only thing we did hear from law enforcement is that Leilani is the sole suspect in this case. So they never said anything about Danny. So for the most part, everyone's been focusing their energy and their attention on Leilani. But now this family seems to be coming out and pointing the fingers elsewhere. And they're not necessarily saying that Leilani didn't do it. They're saying that the FBI almost tried to talk Leilani into believing that she did it. Because Leilani claims she had, mind you, this is what they're saying. This isn't my opinion. Leilani claims that she doesn't remember what happened. And from what they're saying, Michael and the stepbrother, they're saying that Leilani was kind of being force-fed by the FBI. Like the FBI was trying to get her to admit to something that she doesn't remember doing. And as far as that message from Billy Joe, the message that was like, my daughter done it, Quentin's in a landfill, blase, blase, we all assumed that information came from Leilani, that Billy Joe got that information from Leilani. But from what Billy Joe is saying now, all of that came from the FBI. So what they're saying is that if Leilani is the one who did it, that she's not going to run, they will turn her in and they want her held responsible. This is what they're claiming. But they're also at the same time saying, but Leilani doesn't remember anything like this. Leilani is extremely emotional over her kids, which I do not buy that at all. She was just out partying. And they're pointing the finger more so towards Danny, the boyfriend. And they're claiming that the night before Quentin was, reported missing, that Danny gave the kids a bath. And then that Danny put the kids to bed. And then when Leilani woke up, of course, Quentin was gone. So they're basically insinuating, without coming right out and saying it, that Quentin may have drowned in the bathtub under Danny's watch. And then Danny, put him to bed as if he was still alive or something, got rid of him, and it's all Danny's fault. Now, here's my opinion. This seems like a coordinated effort. To me, it seems like Leilani's family, the Simons or whatever their name is, Billy Joe Howell, it seems like they're going on the offensive now. Mind you, none of this information was coming out a week or two ago. Now, all of a sudden, they're going on the offensive and they're pointing fingers at Danny and they're coming up with different stories about what could have happened. When the most likely scenario is that Leilani did something. I want you all to understand that. I'm not saying that anything that I'm telling you all right now is true. This is just what these people are saying, okay? Personally, I do think it's weird that Danny took off and ran to Atlanta. Personally, I believe Danny might know something. However, I don't think this is, Danny did something and he's putting it all on Leilani. I do not believe that. And the way this family has all of a sudden gone on this offensive, and now they're making the rounds, going on YouTube channels and talking to people on live streams, it's like a coordinated effort. Remember I told you all that when they went out to eat, we all called it partying, the mainstream media, they called it partying. And yeah, they were taking shots and eating and having a good time. They were being loud, but what did I tell you all? That it seemed something like the Laundrie situation. Remember, Brian Laundrie came back without Gabby Petito. We all knew something bad happened to Gabby Petito, but Brian Laundrie's family took him out camping. Now, in my mind, that camping trip was them planning out what's their move going forward.
Interesting.
And I believe that little Tybee trip that happened to the beach, when they got that little hotel room and people were pulling up and pulling out, and then they went out to eat at the bar, I believe they were figuring out what they were going to do moving forward. Because it wasn't until that situation happened, they got back the next day, and then they started putting stuff out there.
Ulta Beauty Collection. Click below now to
Sorry about that. Finally got to get their coins.
You have to also pay attention. Who are the people that these people are talking to? They're not calling into most of the bigger true crime channels. They're not calling into the respected true crime channels. I'm not a true crime channel. I don't even consider myself part of that. They're directly talking to the people who are outside creating mayhem in front of their house. And I think that's very telling too.
Yes,
if they were really honest about all of this information they had, if they wanted to change the narrative around their family and raise awareness that really Danny or someone else did this, you would think they would go to more reliable sources. But instead, they're going directly to the people who are outside screaming in front of their house. And that makes me believe that these people are just going to say and do whatever they can to make these people leave.
Great
Quentin
point.
Simon's family, Billy Joe, everyone in that house has been living in a living hell for the past few days because people have been going crazy outside all day, all night. There is no peace within that house. That's for sure. And I believe they would do and say anything to make people shut up and leave them alone. And it's weird that they go directly to the people who are trashing them right outside of their house all day. It's really awkward. They go and tell them a tidbit of information, then the people relay it and then continue trashing them outside their house, banging on their window and stuff. So and none of it makes sense, you know, like the fact that they go there with the information, it just screams to me that, oh, y'all are desperately trying to get these people to shut up in front of your house. And I don't think they're going to. In fact, it's probably going to get worse. And I think more people are coming in to act a fool in front of their house today. But hey, whatever. So where we're at right now is this Michael dude, this stepson, I guess, he's just going everywhere, telling all type of information. I mean, information that basically we know, but all of it is really just them. Oh, it's Danny. I think Danny may have done it. That's basically what it is. And it's like they talk in circles, but it all gets to the point of y'all are basically trying to insinuate that Danny probably did it and that people need to look into Danny and leave y'all alone. That's the vibe that I'm getting. It's like, hey, go look into Danny. Yeah, you really need to look into him, but don't look into me. Leave me alone. So the most likely scenario to me is that Leilani did it. And in these cases, we always have to be careful. It happens all the time. When you get into this point of the case, this period where there's so much uncertainty, there's so many unanswered questions, and you're not getting constant updates, you're not getting any news in the case, you know, that's when rumors really start to be created and they really start swirling. And, you know, there's a lot of doubt that gets put in people's minds. So we have to be careful here because what I found to be true in most of these true crime cases is that the most likely scenario, the most boring scenario is what usually comes to be. And we've seen it time in and time out. And the most likely, and yeah, I'll say boring scenario is that Leilani did something stupid and disposed of Quentin. I don't believe that there's this framing going on to make it look like Leilani did something, but she just blacked out and she can't remember anything. And it must have been Danny. That's why Danny ran off. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. It could sound good to people who are trying to be entertained because a lot of people come into these cases to be entertained, and I get it. There's definitely an entertainment factor there, but at the end of the day, you have to really think what's more important to you, the truth or entertainment. You know, so as much as you may be entertained by following these cases, the truth should be more important to you. But the reality is entertainment is more important for a lot of people. So Michael coming out and putting all this information out there, it's just going to cause chaos. But at the very least, I can agree that we have given the boyfriend a huge pass. And for the most part, we haven't been worried about him. All because of him supposedly passing a polygraph and leaving. But now the waters have been muddied because supposedly the family, Quentin Simon's family, is putting it out there that he actually failed the lie detector test. And it's just going to get really weird here. I'm going to let you all know. I warned you all when this started that this is going to get crazy. And now I'm warning you all now that it's going to start getting weird. People are going to start getting desperate. The lack of information coming in is going to start causing more people to say random stuff, including Quentin Simon's family. And like I said, I think they'll do or say anything to get people from in front of their house. So who knows what's going to happen here? I'm sure they're going to put out more rumors themselves. And it's muddy in the waters. It's going to cause more chaos. And it's just going to get really weird, folks. So just get ready. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe.
All right, everybody. That's Cinema Shogun. Hit this off. The setup of Danny. Listening to this version coming from Michael. And I did hear that there are other versions he has spun on other YouTube channels. She's trying to implicate both the sitter and or Danny as the culprit for how the baby got gone. Did he pass the polygraph? They're saying he didn't. What I find interesting about that is, how are you going to say he didn't pass the polygraph, but yet the brother wouldn't answer if Leilani passed or not? Because while he was up on the shit show the other night, that was asked of him. And he refused to answer. So how are you going to throw out that Danny failed, but then don't say that Leilani failed as well? Because if you can't answer, that leads us to believe she either one didn't take the polygraph or she failed too. So what's the difference between she failing and Danny failing? This is bullshit. The fact that he left, why did he leave? Did he leave because he knew the truth? He had something to do with the children dying. It was an orchestrated event to kill the child together. Or he assumed she did it, didn't want no parts of it. But the gist of that is you didn't take your baby with you. Why not? Why didn't you take your 4-month-old? Why are you going to leave? And then allegedly the rumor is you're trying to get custody of her. See, this is why I keep trying to tell you all you can't believe the lies, because all the versions are coming from the Leilani camp. So you can't believe these things that they are telling you. This is all from Facebook posts and BJ's talking. You don't know what's the truth, such as this Michael character coming forward with stuff. And as Shogun said, you're not talking to reputable sources such as CNN, Court TV, local news. You're talking to people outside that, yeah, want your ass dead. So what sense does that make to be outside going back and forth with fucking YouTubers and random people who don't care nothing about you versus telling the truth to, or your version rather, to the local news? Hey, we like to talk to y'all. We like to tell you what my sister's thinking. Deflecting and orchestration is what's going on here. She's not going to run. We're going to turn her in. Why you don't turn her in now? Michael telling us that she's emotional. She's been crying. That's what was said on the Share Show. She was crying. Crying that they think she did it. She ain't crying about killing that kid. She ain't crying about dumping her kid. She's crying because she knows her time is winding down. A lot of people believe she's guilty. So now she's pushing the narrative that Danny did it or the babysitter did it. I got to get the heat off of me because these people out here think I killed my kid. They're standing outside the house. They're hooping and hollering. They're gossiping about me. Got to deflect. I got to shift the blame. She don't remember killing the kid. Well, I thought you said the FBI said that and not you. So once again, here we go. Which is it? Oh, no, the FBI said I said that. I didn't say that. But yet we hear again, I don't remember anything about that night. That makes no sense what you're saying. So you can remember somebody allegedly giving a child a bath, giving kids a bath, putting them to bed, but you don't remember what happened. You're telling on yourself right there. You don't remember what happened. You don't remember what happened when. Because if you can remember that you were up till about 1:45, the doors open an hour later up until 5:40, then how's it that you would remember killing your kid and dumping your kid in a trash can? That's why I know you did it. Because see, this is why they tell you not to talk. You just told on yourself. You can remember 1:45 going to bed. You can remember him giving the children a bath, allegedly. You can remember when the door was open. I thought you went to bed at 1:45, so how the fuck would you know that the door was open for 3 hours? Ding! Bingo card. Damn! Queen is good. Keep trying to tell y'all, all you got to do is listen. Everything's in the details. Ding, 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 ding. Somebody go back and tell Leilani, that big girl up there on Everyday Shenanigans, then caught her in a lie. You don't remember nothing, but you know the door was open for 3 hours. I'm going to say it again. Why was the door open for 3 hours? Who opened the door for 3 hours? The gist of the story is this. Bobblehead, who closed the damn door? Ding, 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 ding. See, this is why you don't talk. You just told on yourself. You don't remember anything, but then the FBI said you don't remember anything. So you're saying the FBI made it up, but yet you're steady saying I don't remember anything. So which is it? You don't remember, but the FBI made it up that you don't remember. And you know that the door was open for 3 hours, but yet you don't remember anything. You also know what time you went to bed at 1:45, but you don't remember anything. You also remember he gave the children a bath, but you don't remember anything. Wow. You got up, the kids were gone after 9 o'clock, but yet you didn't make a call to 911 until 9:42 or something. So what was the holdup in calling 911 for 40 minutes or so? So let me guess. You sent the call in to McCarter to ask, has she seen the child? And I find it very interesting that once again we hear you used his phone. I meant to say that earlier. So let's go here. My source told me that you were overheard telling the police the morning you filed a missing persons report about the child that sometimes you pick up his phone when you're leaving out. And now here we have, once again, you saying you used the phone to call Diana McCarter. I want you to think about what you just said. Why would you be using his phone? 2, what time did he come back from work to be standing there for McCarter to see him? Bingo card. Tell you, y'all don't listen. Leilani, did you hear what the Queen said? Why are you using his phone to call McCarter to say, have you seen the baby? What's wrong with your phone? Exactly, addicted mind. The beauty of lying, people forget their lies. Exactly. So you've told the police you sometimes use his phone, pick up his phone when running out. You pick up his phone by mistake. And now we have you saying, I used his phone to call McCarter. But yet, we don't really know, did he go to work, not go to work? Allegedly, he went to work. But if he went to work at 6 o'clock, then that means he had to come back because you called to tell him that the baby was missing. Is this all a part of your ruse with the door opening, door closing? Because what you don't realize, because you're stupid, is that I believe your security system is going to be able to tell you that the door was either open from the inside or the outside. So therefore, if you open the door, or somebody in that house opened the door at 2 o'clock or 2 to 2:40, shut the door between 5 and 5:40, that means one of you is the culprit in the death of Quentin Simon. Drowning. How interesting. So, were we supposed to assume the child drowned because he gave the baby a bath and put a dead baby in the bed. Well, that makes no sense because how did a dead baby get out of a playpen to be found in a dumpster? Or he tucked the other children into bed and then went out into the night and took your drowned baby. This is so stupid. To the dumpster. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you want us to believe? I believe both of you guilty. How about that? Because the fact that he's gone and not speaking to the public, no pleas for his child, tells me a lot about his character. Why did Danny run to allegedly ATL? Why is he not speaking? Is he also a suspect and law enforcement is wanting one to pit the other one so they can get a general idea of what happened to the kid? They're only naming Leilani as to see what they can get out of Danny. Have they gotten some information out of him already? Just haven't revealed anything. The fact that your brother Michael is making runs to YouTube shows that this is choreographed, as Mr. Shogun has implied in his video. The fact that you all are only talking to protesters to put the word out, but yet the protesters are your public enemy. So why are you engaging with the protesters? It makes no logical sense. Why not go to the local news, Court TV, CNN, to give the version of what happened Wednesday morning? These protesters also need to learn a lesson in etiquette. Go take care of your own kids and stop standing out there making a fool out of yourself in a ruckus, raising hell. Those people are taxpayers. They deserve peace of mind. That is their neighborhood, and they deserve to live there quietly, uninterrupted. And it's only a matter of time one of you are going to get hurt, and you're going to end up lying face down, all because you wanted validation and to chase clout for likes and views. That's what it looks like to me. Danny is now to blame, besides an implication of Diana McCarter, the babysitter. And as I said earlier in this live, will Miss McCarter and Danny refute the allegations made by these people? You've implicated Diana as somebody that comes in your house and take the children. Will she tell us that it's not true, that she's never came in your house unannounced? Key or no key? And as Shogun said, you're going to get a lot of rumors and speculations because there are no arrests. And the longer that law enforcement waits to arrest this dizzy bat, people are going to start making up stuff of what they think happened to the kid. Who saw the kid last? Who took the kid out? Who dumped the kid? Was the kid actually dumped in a dumpster? Is he actually in the landfill? Well, I'm going to go with the latter. If law enforcement says they have information that he's in a damn landfill, why can't you all accept that? They obviously have something on this chick that led them to believe he was 1, dead, 2, discarded in a dumpster, 3, dumpster took to the landfill. What's so hard about that? It doesn't mean that they're smarter than LE. This is one man's decision not to arrest her. That's his choice. That's Hadley's choice. My understanding is the FBI has instructed them to arrest her. But the FBI is not the lead investigator of this case. So it's all on Hadley. He's calling the shots. He wants a body. That's obvious. Because whatever evidence he has, if he pulls the body out the landfill, that will tie into the evidence that he had that led him to the body in the first place. So that's what he wants. He wants that damn body. Thank you for joining me. That is my commentary pertaining to Leilani speaking out and she implicating Diana McCarter and the boyfriend in a sly, subtle way. That is what she was doing. And Michael, I think you need to bow out of this messenger business because you don't know what you've signed yourself up for. Because in the end, you're going to make yourself look like a fool and obviously done it already because people are saying you're spinning different webs on different networks. And as we know, the truth never needs to be repeated. 2, it needs no explanation. It is what it is. Hit the link if you got something you want to say. I'm an hour and 15 minutes in. Make it worth my while. Well, if the baby isn't found, that's on Chief Hadley. He's the one calling the shots. Can't make somebody arrest her. That's the point. Whether you like it or not, that is his call. Perhaps this is a ruse with the police. Keep her out here, hoping she'll talk, hoping she'll say the wrong thing, which she's done that already. If you're paying attention to what Michael said, you can see the lies within what he's already revealed. Only an enabler can't see the lies. She's already contradicted herself with the FBI about not having a memory. But yet she keeps saying she don't remember. So it's either one or the other. You remember or you don't remember. You can't remember the time of this and doors opening and when children took a bath and all that, but then say I don't have no memory. That makes no logical sense. It either you remember or you don't remember Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. That's the 411, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to join the panel, give your commentary. It's still early. If you have something you want to say pertaining to this investigation and these new rumors circulating on YouTube by the messenger, hit the link. Let us hear what you have to say. Well, the baby was thrown away. If we're to believe LE, so somebody put the baby in there. He didn't put himself in there. That's how I look at it. Somebody put the baby in there. Somebody put the baby in there. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Too quiet down there. I don't know, Jane. That's the part of the story that doesn't make any sense. She should have a charge of lying to police and filing a false report. Because if you believe the child is dead in a landfill and that she did this, there should be a charge for lying to police and filing a fake report. That should be her first charge. I don't know where Mr. AB is. He said he had something to do for his mother today. So I don't know. He's probably still busy. But you all are welcome to hit the link. I've got almost 200 people viewing. Come on, you guys. It's too quiet. Well, they're probably over at the other place listening to those lies and buffoonery. You feel free to patronize whoever you like. There's no fluff over here. I don't have time for that nonsense. I'm pretty sure they have surveillance. Yeah. And that's the interesting part of this story. Imagine if there are cameras at the house, inside and outside. Then that means Billy Joel has seen her daughter and or the boyfriend concocting this story and dumping of the baby, possibly murdering the child dumping the baby, opening the doors. Can you imagine watching that on a camera? Seeing somebody plot the death of a 22-month-old baby and they're sleeping in your house. Well, lovely, all you have to do is hit the link. You don't have to show yourself. Just hit the link. Come on up. It'll guide you on up. But that's what's disturbing is if indeed Billy Joel had cameras in her house, inside and out, then that means you've watched. If you're smart, you would watch your cameras and you'd see them talking, snickering, also killing the kid and then taking the kid out, opening the door, leaving it open, then going, closing the door. You'd have all that on camera. How about that? So what if we find out that she did have cameras on the inside of her house and the data's been erased because she didn't want to have any evidence to show that they killed the kid? Oh, Mimi's Mysteries. She had cameras, but Michael Myers said they weren't working. Well, I didn't hear that part. Guess I missed that. That must have been on somebody else's live stream. How convenient. Just so happened when there's a crime, everybody's camera is never working. Have you noticed that? Even in the stores, something goes down. Oh, they weren't working. They're just up for show, so people think they're recording. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. To have cameras up outside and inside of a business or store, somebody gets shot or murdered, and you don't even have footage to show what the suspect looks like or anything. Okay. Well, to each its own. But due to the fact that she was tired of these kids destroying her house, whatever it is they were doing in her house, seems like to me she would have cameras inside of her house. Just so she can have proof that they are doing whatever to her house, doing whatever in her house. The brother said one of the cameras at the door, which is the one that was left open for a few hours, wasn't working, but it's working now. Yeah, okay. Cameras can be erased or turned off. Well, that's my point. That's why I said you don't even know what's the truth. You don't know if there's working cameras or not. They've put up a stupid sign out in the yard talking about bringing gifts. And let me acknowledge that sign that Billy Joel Howe has put up in the yard about protesters and people crossing over on the property. Billy Joel, I don't know what in the fuck is wrong with you and your daughter, but the baby is dead. Why would those be baby gifts? He can't play with them. He's dead. So basically, it's a memorial. At this point, if we're to believe what Chief Hadley has said about evidence and the child is dead. So therefore, those are not baby gifts. Quentin will not be playing with any of those stuffed animals unless he has a twin somewhere out there that we don't know about. Damn. You're welcome to come over here, but blah, blah, this, don't bring blah, blah, blah. I don't even know why you got the people putting that stuff up there in the yard anyway. You all don't care about that stuff that's in that yard. You have no kids to play with any of those stuffed animals. So you all take those gifts somewhere else, if that's what we want to call them. Putting them there on that property, you putting those stuffed animals and balloons on Salem's lot. They're not going to do anything but take that stuff and throw it in a dumpster. You're better off picking a place in the city on neutral territory and setting up what we would call basically a shrine for the decedent. How did the son, they say he has an app on the phone. That's what my source told me, sweetheart. But those gifts are going to be thrown in the garbage. There are no children to take those gifts. Quentin is not going to take them. He's not alive. So let's be truthful. You're wasting your money And I would not want those items there anyway. That place is an omen. It's Salem's Lot. Don't put nothing else over there. Take it somewhere else. Yeah, anything. Take those gifts and put them somewhere else. Or as they said, yeah, give them to some other children. But I wouldn't keep going over there to that house. Leave those people alone. Get off those people's properties. Don't line the streets making all that noise, hooping and hollering. And don't put nothing else on them people's property because you're asking for trouble. And those people are not going to do anything but throw all that stuff in the garbage. They don't care anything about those toys you're bringing. They didn't care about the children. So why do they care about some toys you're bringing? They don't care. Just I wouldn't take anything to that house. Those people are empty inside. They're empty shells. They're sick. So it is what it is. The camera had to be activated. Well, we don't know, Bertha. See, that's the whole point of the story. You're getting a version from Michael via Leilani and BJ. You don't know what's the truth or not. These people can tell you anything. Yeah, I was doing this. Yeah, we were doing this. Yeah, I was here at this time. Yeah, I got up at this time. You don't know what's the truth. Why in the world would you believe something coming from these people who are liars and killed a kid? Think about that. The woman killed her kid, and I'm supposed to sit here and listen to her brother pass messages back via a cell phone on a live stream. Why would I believe anything he has to say? And I'm not blaming him per se, but he's wrapped up with these people. He's basically defending her actions, saying, well, we'll wait on the evidence. You'll wait on what exactly? They already told you they have evidence. You got to wait on anything. They find him in that damn landfill. What do you need? A picture? Or you want a video play-by-play of her murdering the baby, taking the baby out, bringing the baby back, coming back and then opening the door and leaving it up for 3 hours, then go back and shut the door. That's what you want, Michael, is a play-by-play? Jesus, it's ridiculous. Well, that's why I said there's no need of putting any more toys out there. Common sense will tell you it has to rain, to get nasty, get dirty. Just stop, just stay away from those people. You don't have to be out there to show that you care for Quentin and his siblings. To me, that's not proving anything. Standing out there gawking and hollering and screaming, that doesn't prove loyalty to anybody. Thank you, Lulu. That doesn't prove loyalty. Well, Grandma, we will see what is the truth about the app. That's information that was brought to me as well from a source. See, all that I revealed last week during my live, that one of the brothers had the app on his phone, that the door was open between 2 and 5. Now, all of a sudden, they're bringing a version of a 40-minute difference, but still in the 2 to 5 clock. So somebody's been hearing the Queen, and they know I know something. Yeah, I'm tooting my own damn horn. Why not? Everybody else does it. You came out to say that because you done heard it. That lady is on YouTube talking about this app. How does she know about the app on the phone? How does she know we had the door open at that time? Well, that's the whole point, Zen. That's what I just said. If you listen to the information, you will see that they are lying, because you can't be up and sleep and up and sleep. You sleep at 1:45, but then the door opens up at allegedly 2:40. So that means you were doing what? Somebody opened the door. Somebody closed the door. And as I said, the app should show you if that door was open from inside or outside. Who's just going to come push a door open from the outside for 3 hours? In the end, somebody still had to shut the damn door. So I'm going to say this once again during this live. Are you all known to leave your doors unlocked since Miss McCarter has come in and taken the children out before, which I don't believe that bullshit. If she did, oh well. Well, that's my said information. I offered you all a chance to try to come up and chop it up if you had something you'd like to say pertaining to this said information. But if not, I will check out of here. This is just a farce. These people have gotten together to decide to try to put out a narrative pertaining to what happened on that Wednesday morning, but it's not going to work. I don't know. They have several cars on that property, Lorna. As you saw, she was in a white truck driving out of the driveway. The grandmother has a motorcycle. They have about 2 other trucks. So I don't know what they were driving. Wonder if someone opened the door to let dog out and left it open for them to come in. Lulu, I don't think the door was open before a dog, cat, monkey. The door was a ruse to set the alarm for the app, so it could so they could think somebody came in or out and took the kid. But where they fucked up is that app is going to show if the door was open from the inside or the outside. And that's what they didn't think about. That's a ruse. That door is a ruse to make it look like the child was kidnapped. Danny don't sit well with me. You can't be 2 places at one time. He said the baby at 6 a.m. He left work at 6. The sitter told her they didn't need no help. Well, that's the point. You've been using this woman, begging from her, asking her for the same money you gave her to pay for the kids, which was nothing. And then you all turn to her at the end when the baby goes missing. You don't want her helping, yet you called her to ask her had she seen the baby. Makes no sense. But see, this is what I keep telling you people. This is why I try not to listen to the gossip coming from those people, because you can't listen to those people because they're all in it together. They're aiding this bitch. What you listen to is law enforcement, which they haven't given us much. But due to the fact that I had a source to bring me information, and now the information that they're deciding to speak is correlating to what I've already brought you last week, it shows me that they are complicit in killing the kid and hiding it. That's what I see. Yes, I think the boyfriend is involved. Because he's gone, first and foremost. And if the baby was already dead at 5:30, why are you calling somebody to say he's not coming? And then you don't mention about what you're going to do with the other 2 children. See, McCarter never told us anything about the other 2 children, is what I keep telling you. All the versions you're getting about the other 2 kids, her keeping them, when we know she never keeps her kids, that should have told you she's lying. And the child was already dead. That's why they called the babysitter to say he wasn't coming. I can't bring you a kid that I don't have. So I have to make up a reason he ain't coming. So let's go there. What was the reason Quentin wasn't going to see the babysitter? To this day, I have not heard a definitive answer where the other 2 children were going to be and where the hell Quentin was. I keep telling you, everything has already been told to you. You have to listen. Hey, we're not bringing Quentin over. You didn't hear, hey, we're not bringing the kids over. They told on themselves when they sent the text. They told on themselves when they had the door sit open for 3 hours. They told on themselves when the girl went over there to help look for the kid and then they wanted to help. They told on themselves when BJ ran up in her house and her daughter filmed her cussing and fussing and threatening her. They told on themselves. And now they're using this Michael as a mouthpiece, and they're still continuing to tell on themselves that they are complicit to helping her aid this narrative that she had no blame in this. They should have kept their mouths closed. And Michael, you should have never got involved in being the messenger. Because they are doing to you what they did with Diana McCarter. And God knows who else they have duped along the way, because these are junkies and addicts and troublemakers. And people who live this type of life know how to manipulate and con and get under people to try to get them to sway. And that is what is being going. That is what's happening right now with this Michael character. You're using this stick figure to bring forth the narrative that Leilani had nothing to do with the death of her baby. But there's no way he didn't know that the child was deceased. Because why, one, is she using his phone to do the calling? She knew to use his phone to try to set him up. So that means she was already planning to set up Danny while planning the death of Quentin. Stay woke now. Oh, sometimes I grab his phone when I'm running out. I brought you that information last week, and now, boom, 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 out of the blue, you have a messenger saying the same damn thing. Oh, yeah, I used his phone to call her to say, have you seen the baby? Why are you using his phone? Because do the math, everybody in the chat. If Quentin was here today and everything was going smoothly on that Wednesday morning, Leilani wouldn't have had access to Danny's cell phone if he was at work. Bingo card. So why on the morning your son's missing, his phone is the only phone you're using? The sitter said that Danny said the kids were going to be with the witch. Say what? Bertha, y'all hit the link. I don't know what you're saying. Maybe a witness. That's why I said whoever hollers first is the one that gets the deal. Everybody knows that. Bertha, I don't understand your comment. The witch. Who's the witch? See, all this was intricate. Throwing out that Danny, she picks up his phone. This was after the fact, while they're talking to her about the police report. Now she's using her brother as a messenger to say, oh, yeah, I used his phone to call Diana. So that means he had to have been there at 9 o'clock for you to use the phone. So we're going to ask the ultimate question. When he's gone, where is his cell phone? This is bullshit. Well, I'm going to check out of here because that's my said commentary. These people are trying to throw anybody under the bus, and perhaps Danny is involved. I still have a feeling that he is involved because he's probably been with this girl tooth and nail and up under each other. I find it very hard. He wouldn't be curious to why she's going out into the night, doors opening and closing. Everybody knows that those doors make noise when they open. Beep, 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 beep. Open the door. Beep, shut the door. Beep, open it again. Beep, close it. Beep. Come on, you guys. Stay woke. This is bullshit. That girl killed that baby. He's up under her. What are the odds he knows nothing? The baby was already gone, so he couldn't have seen the baby in the playpen at 6. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the baby was gone. You want me to believe the baby got gone after 6 o'clock? Because that's where this is going then. Oh, he left at 6. The baby was in the playpen. I wake up at 9. I don't see my kid. But yet the door is only open between 2 and 5. So when did somebody come in and get the baby after 6 a.m.? Sure. Because I was about to check out of here. These people act like they're scared to hit the link. I don't know what's going on. It's more engaging when people conversate, you know. other people can give their opinion besides just me, you know, flapping my jaws. Hold on one second, sweetie. Just think about everything I've mentioned in this commentary, the things you heard from Mr. Cinema. He makes very good points that these people have conspired after the fact due to the fact there have been no arrests. So now they're putting the ball in motion to set the narrative that Danny or McCarter killed the baby. And they have to be devastated to know that somebody would implicate them in the crime of a child. But I do believe Danny has some part in this because information about the door would lead one to believe the child got killed in the night or earlier. So you don't really know what time the baby was murdered. I got a feeling the baby was murdered possibly in the early evening before Wednesday. Hello?
Hey, Queen.
Is this one step closer?
Yes.
Okay. Run it to me, dog. Tell me what you're calling from first.
Okay, I'm calling from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, another Cincinnati. All right. Thank you very much.
So my thing is I have my own, in my opinion, I feel like the boyfriend seen the baby, but the baby was dead. I feel like he moved the baby's body that morning.
What time?
I believe before he supposedly went to work. I believe it was early in the morning.
Okay. In the hours of 2 to 5 when the door was open, or
yes, ma'am.
A ruse, but I think that was a ruse to make somebody think that somebody had come in. So I think the baby was killed either early evening or in the wee hours.
Right. And my another opinion that I have is I believe that she threw them blankets in that trash, waited for them to pick that trash up, and he moved that body and put that body somewhere that morning.
So what are you saying? The baby and the blankets are in separate places?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
In my opinion, that's how I feel.
Well, tell me why you would think that, because that's just a lot of work taking stuff to one place, blankets here, the body over there. It's a lot to do.
Because it's weird how they can't find that baby's body in that landfill.
Listen, this is a landfill. You all act like this is just the dumpster. This ain't the dumpster. You got to remember, there's other trash bins, trucks that come to that same place. And it's tons of garbage. Tons is a lot.
You're right. I agree with you.
What a ton is. You don't even know how many trucks dumped the day
right.
That morning. Yeah, we don't know.
Right.
Could have been 20 trucks.
Right. I'm just confused on why she hasn't been charged with this. If she told Billy Joe that she did this.
Well, that goes back to what I just said. Why would we believe anything they have to say?
Right, because they're all lying, and they're all going. I feel like they're all lying for each other. I believe Billy Joe knows what happened to that baby that morning.
Yeah.
I really do, and I believe she should be charged right along with her daughter and that boyfriend. You're welcome. Yeah, I believe she should be charged right along with that grandma and that boyfriend. Because it's weird how the boyfriend just vanished out of nowhere. Like, why would you vanish after you knew that your girlfriend did? Basically, what I'm saying is, I believe he knows everything that happened and didn't want to take part in it and dipped out.
Yeah. See, it's easy to conspire with a person, and then when the news and people start talking, I don't really know when he left, you get scared and you bolt. People do it all the time.
Right. Yeah, I just feel like that boyfriend had something to do with it. In my opinion. Only in my opinion.
Okay, well, I think he has something to do too because the door's opening, closing. I refuse to believe he ain't heard none of that unless he's a real heavy sleeper.
Right. But he said he seen the baby that morning in that playpen.
Yes.
So if you seen that baby that morning, why didn't you just check on that baby? Why did you just look at that baby and say, "Oh, I just seen him"? You should have checked on that baby to make sure it was okay. And then you dip out of state to go to a different state without your new baby that she just had. If that was the case, he should have took that newborn baby from her and went to court and filed some paperwork on it to get it started where she couldn't be around or near that baby at all, and the grandmother.
Okay, let's try this on for size. I want you to think about what you just said. You said it's convenient that he said he saw the baby.
Yes.
Remember you just said that?
Yes.
I want you to think about this for a minute because you're going to be like, oh my God. Why didn't you say, I saw all the children sleeping? Bingo.
Right. So that means he only seen one baby?
Right. Exactly.
Where was the other baby?
Yeah, where were the other children?
Right. Where was the other baby?
That sounds crazy if indeed all the children sleep in the same room. Why would that be the only child I saw sleeping?
Right. It's just this is a mess. This is just a mess.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for them babies. Like I really do. Like my heart goes out to them children. I couldn't imagine my mom standing next to me if I murdered my child. I would want at least her to say, look, you need to turn yourself in. You need to get it, the process going. That mom is that mother to that girl is something else. She is something else.
Well, she's a street person, so she's lived a life of crime and street and how she's carried herself, and that's the reason why her daughter is in this situation now.
Mm-hmm. Another theory I have.
Okay.
What if she was heavily on drugs really bad?
Yeah.
She did something to that baby. That boyfriend knew she did something to that baby.
Mm-hmm.
Put that baby in that bed while his body was lifeless. And that dude knew it. And then he just got up the next morning and said, "Oh, I seen the baby." And then went off to work. Supposedly went off to work.
Well, I don't believe that because I believe the baby was already dead. Because I don't think she would have been rushing trying to get that baby dead. I think that baby got dead earlier, either in the evening or in the wee hours.
So you think the baby was dead prior?
Yeah, the baby's been dead for hours.
Wow. So that's your theory on it?
Yeah, because that's the purpose of opening the door between 2 and 5.
Right. And it's just weird to me how she sat at that dumpster. Even if the baby when she did put the baby in a dumpster, why would you sit there for hours waiting for that dump?
Turn your background down, baby. Turn your background down.
Is it better?
Yeah. How would you all know that she sat at a dumpster? See, the police didn't tell you that.
Right. That's just words on the street.
Word on the street. You don't know that.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, you're right. We don't know. And it just I seem like every time something comes out, it's more like someone's lying. You could tell when they're lying about it, like they're not gonna just come out of Front Street and say, "Hey, yeah, this is what happened. This is what happened."
Exactly.
Right. This is what happened. This is what they're not gonna tell you nothing. And that mom, that Leilani's mom makes me sick. She's a sick person. They're all sick. But for you to go out and party with your daughter, knowing your daughter murdered your grandbaby, come on, that's sick. You should be out in that landfill. And to me, I believe they should make her stand out there, her and Billy Joe and that boyfriend out at that landfill, and make them watch them look for that baby's body. I really do.
I agree.
I really do, because that baby, that was a baby. He was innocent. Like, if you didn't want him, give him to somebody that can't have kids. There's so many women out here that would love to have kids that can't have them.
All right. Somebody says, in fact, she was caught on video at that trailer park. Okay, well, that's the point. I didn't get that relayed to me, so.
Oh yeah, they did. They supposedly said that they had her on video, sitting at the dumpster at a certain time until they picked the trash up, and then when they picked that trash up, 3 hours after that is when she called 911 and reported him missing. Yeah.
Well, if the door was open for 3 hours, maybe she was out dumping the baby with the door and left the door open.
Right. That's another theory. Just in our opinions, it's got to be in our own opinion. But well, I'm gonna jump off of here. It was good talking to you, but that was my theory on the situation. You are my favorite YouTuber. I love watching you.
Thank you. So let me ask you something. What do you think about her using allegedly his phone to call McCarter to say, "Hey, have you seen the baby?"
That's weird. I feel like, okay, when I heard you say that, I was like, hold on, that ran through my head, like, hold on. So if she used his phone, I wonder if she's trying to blame it on him.
Well, I brought you information last week that was told to me. She told the police while she was on this report that the child was missing. Oh, sometimes when I run out, I grab his phone.
Yeah, that's weird to me. Why would you grab his phone? Where's your phone? Why didn't you call 911 on your phone? Weird. So to me, that makes me think like, hey, like you're trying to you off the baby, but you're trying to blame him for it.
And why are you also using the phone to call McCarter?
Right. It's weird to me like that. Don't make no sense to me.
He's trying to spin the narrative because she probably did use his phone to set it up.
Yep, to set up the whole situation. Yeah, and it's sad. It's just rest R.I.P. to baby Quentin and his little brother and his little sister. My heart goes out to them. I have no sympathy for that family because ain't none of them coming out and saying, hey, my grandbaby, you killed my grandbaby. I don't want you around. Why didn't you throw her out your house?
Well, imagine sleeping with them. Imagine sleeping with somebody knowing they killed a kid.
I can't. I just
They're
can't.
in your house, sleeping, using your water, your gas, your lights, sleeping in your bed, your food, driving your car, and you know they killed that baby.
That's sick. That's sick. That's someone that's sick right along with that family. Right along with that family, they're all sick. And I ain't seen that grandpa since that interview either. So I'm wondering something about him too.
That what? He just likes to keep his mouth closed. What?
To me, I feel like I don't know. I just get a vibe from him. Like he just doesn't want to be in it, but he knows something.
Well, so long as you're there with the wife, you know these people, you lived around them, you already told the news she's a liar, so you already implicated her there.
Right.
She can't be believed. So you know more than
what you're telling people. Keeping your mouth shut because you know I feel like he knows when he opens his mouth, it's going to go down. But I don't think he's going to say nothing.
To tell the news off the grid. Oh, she's known to lie. Then BJ says, "Oh yeah, nothing's adding up." But like Shogun said, they weren't planning for this to go on this long. They thought they were going to pick her up. So now they're orchestrating a timeline, which to me is diabolical. That you possibly she did it, but now you're just going to aid her because you feel stuck with her. Right. So
so my question is, who is this Michael Myers? Who is this dude? That's a brother.
That's just a name. His name is Michael.
I was about to say, hold on, where did he come into play? Because I ain't heard about him.
Well, the movie was a flop, so this is the alternate version. This is the Michael Myers that didn't get his just due in Michael Ends. Halloween Ends.
It's definitely a horror movie. It's definitely a horror movie.
Yes, it is. Yes,
and I really hope they find the baby's remains, which I know they're not going to find him fully like a regular body. I hope they find him and let him rest in peace and give him a proper burial. Because I would
tell you all is that you can't be discouraged about the landfill because I brought you content of babies that were found in the landfill. Camille McKinney was found. She was missing 10 days, and she was in the construction dumpster that was dumped in the landfill. So therefore, it's possible. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yes, ma'am, I do. I sure do.
Because
I'm
that's
kind
the
of
whole
dealing
purpose
with
of them
this.
telling you that the dumpster is dumped in a certain part. See, each dumpster is obviously has a certain part of the landfill where it dumps the trash.
Right. And like someone said on another channel was it's a process when they do dumping. I used to work out at Rumpke. Our trash is called Rumpke. So I was on the landfill, and it's horrible. Like, I couldn't even imagine that baby's body just being in all that trash, and it's
somebody
me
asked
sick.
me about reducing her charges. Do I think grandma made a deal with LE to reduce grandma's potential charges if she got her daughter to confess? Scouts, I have no idea. We don't know.
I don't have an answer for that one. I
A gag
really
order
don't,
was
because
issued in juvenile court for those who attended court about the custody hearing last week.
and I feel like too, like she probably off that baby because November 1st she was supposed to be paying child support.
Yes, she was. Yeah.
So I kind of feel
Out of
like
the house.
that was another motive.
Yeah. Well, look at here. The woman took out 2 legal documents within 2 days. One to have her removed from the house, and the other one to file for child support. She has till the 1st of November to start to make her first payment, which will be, next week.
Right.
So there you have it. That's a great motive. If you're sick, a lot of people have bills, but they don't go kill people because they owe bills. It is what it is.
She probably off that baby because the mom was throwing her and the boyfriend out. She had a grudge against her. She had a grudge against her.
To pay the money. November 1st is short when you don't have the money and you don't want to pay.
Yep. I feel like she off that baby because she was throwing her and that dude out, and she had a grudge against her. And then when she found out that her mom was putting child support on her and she was supposed to pay November 1st, she was like, you know what? Okay, I've had enough of my mom. And she opted that baby out. She opted that baby out.
Well, what about a grudge against the baby? Because why did you choose that one?
Because she probably knew that with Alf and the baby, it was going to hurt the mom.
Well,
it was going to hurt the grandma.
I didn't look at it like that. I just figured she just chose the child she didn't care the most for.
Right. And I feel like, that baby didn't have no type of life. Wasn't even going to be able to have a life because she didn't like that baby from the beginning. If you didn't like that baby from the beginning, why didn't you just give it to somebody that would want it? Why would you want to harm this innocent baby?
Because you can. Because she wants to.
Yeah, she's a piece of work. And I tell you what, if I was down Georgia, I'm from Detroit. So where I'm from is not a pretty neighborhood, but I wouldn't stand around any longer. Like I would have to, I couldn't, I would have to do something to her. Like I wouldn't even speak to her. I would just
when people ask questions about why, I always tell you to ask why not. I just brought you a story of 2 teenagers that were severely abused alongside their other siblings.
Yeah,
so when you ask why, people are abused every day. Children are abused every day and deliberate. This woman deliberately poured hot water on the kids and bleach on them and their genitals and burned them. And then you're going to ask why not? Why she killed the baby? Why not? Why not?
Why not? Why not?
Who burns their children? Who throws bleach in their child's mouth? Lysol in their mouth, oven cleaner in their mouth, burn their skin, put shackles on their wrists and ankles. And you're going to ask why somebody would kill a 22-month-old baby.
Right. Why not?
I did it because I could. I don't like you.
I don't like you, so I'm going to abuse you. I'm gonna off you. I'm gonna off you off. Like you ain't gonna be here no more.
That's my point. So I don't. We have got to stop just saying who would do it. They wouldn't kill a kid. Oh, it was an accident. These kids are deliberately abused, and a lot of you still won't accept the fact that a motherfucker don't like their kid.
Right. And that's where it starts.
It's the same shit with the whales. It's the same shit. Oh, it's an accident. Oh, well, you still don't put a kid in a dumpster because they fucking fell or bumped their head. Who told you to kill? Who told you to put a kid in a dumpster because they fell and bumped their head, or they had a seizure, or they accidentally drowned in a pool or a bathtub? You just go dump your kid in a fucking trash bag? That's the stupidest thing you ever heard.
Right. Stop, and these parents out here, these people out here don't think smart enough. Like, they really don't.
Well, that leads me to think that you'll like them, because that's not something I'm going to think of if somebody say, "Hey, I found a kid in a dumpster. I found a grown-up in a dumpster." So I'm going to automatically think, "Oh, she must have fell and bumped her head." Why the fuck if I'm going to bump my head and die and get in a dumpster?
Right. Why are you going to throw them in a dumpster?
I mean, grown people have accidents. You don't go throw them in the trash.
Nope. If it's an accident, it's an accident. But when it's on purpose, it's on purpose. And
you hide the body. That's known in true crime. When a body is discarded, yes, we do. 9 times out of 10, it's orchestrated, and it's somebody close to the victim. But it's somebody close to the victim.
Just like that Debbie caller.
Yeah,
she's another one.
Yeah,
that daughter and that boyfriend opted her out.
Yeah, same situation.
And I believe it was for money, and the motive was money. Mm-hmm. The motive was money, because that text message that she got, that daughter, I believe in my mind that mother did not write that. That daughter, I had a feeling that daughter sent that text to her phone from her mother's phone to make it look like someone kidnapped her.
Mm-hmm. But a kidnapper is not going to allow you to send money to somebody else. That defeats the purpose of kidnapping you.
Or a text message. They're going to take the phone and they're going to discard the phone, so you ain't got no contact with nobody.
This is why I keep trying to explain to people. Everything you need to know is at the beginning of a story. When the police gave you that information about the text message with the Venmo, it was obvious the daughter was behind it. Because if I'm kidnapping you and I want a ransom or money, I'm going to give you those money. Okay?
Right.
I'm not getting ready to have you go call Peter, Paul, Dick and send messages. Why would I send a message talking about money in a flower pot when I could say, "Hey, help me. I'm over here on 15th Street. Send the police." See where I'm going?
Yep.
See, everybody talks around the subject. How could you not miss that?
And it was weird how she was like, the house key is underneath the flower pot and on the porch.
That's not something I'm going to say if I am kidnapped. What am I going to say?
Help me. Call 911.
I'm over here on the bridge on I-45 or I-65. That's what you're going to say when you are kidnapped.
Right. Yeah, I believe that daughter and that boyfriend opted her out too for the money.
And once again, that's been weeks now. No arrest in that crime.
And our system.
And they have a body. And they have a body.
Right. Our system is so messed up. Like, when I first heard about Quentin going missing, I'm like, look, in Kentucky, if that was the case, they would have already arrested you. They don't play in Kentucky. I know. I used to live in Kentucky. I live in Ohio now.
Kentucky is a strict state too.
That's because it's a commonwealth. That's what a lot of people don't understand. These commonwealth states are different than other states that are not commonwealth.
Virginia. Okay.
Virginia.
So Kentucky was
all of it. Yep. So you know where I'm coming from when I say commonwealth.
Yes, I do.
They're more stricter on their state laws than they are with a regular state that is not a commonwealth state. Yeah. All right, love. I'm about to get off of here and I'm going to listen to you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Have a good night and God bless you. And I will step down and still listen to you.
Okay. I'm probably going to stay long because nobody wants to hit the link. So I'm going to check out here. But thank you.
I love to sit and talk to you.
Okay. Thank you so much. You have a good week, honey.
Love.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Okay. I will. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
All right, everybody. That's Kay. As with the Debbie Collier story, this story, so many other stories, when they give you information, LE, you have to listen to what they're telling you. The answers are always in the details. A lot of you like to talk around the details. You want to make it more than what they've told you. Why not focus on what they've told you? Common sense will tell you, if you have an abductor, he or she is not going to let you use the phone unless they're wanting you to get money from your family. The fact that Debbie Collier never said, hey, they need $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, that should have led you to believe there was something up with the Venmo and the message. Same thing here. Refuting what the FBI said and didn't say. Throwing out that she's used somebody else's cell phone. Implicating the boyfriend on a sly tip. Implicating the babysitter on a sly tip. And that's what you all refuse to accept. It's that she's telling on herself in a roundabout way. When people start implicating other people who allegedly they were close with, cared for, that should tell you something. Just a minute, honey. I'm putting the link up. Why are you implicating the boyfriend? I thought you loved him. Thought you liked the babysitter. She was good enough to keep your kids for free, damn near. You all going back, double back, and to get the money back after you paid her. But now you think so low of her, you want to implicate her as coming in the house and stealing your children. Implicate the boyfriend by saying I use his phone, pick up his phone sometimes going out the door. Oh, I used his phone to call the babysitter on that morning. You already had this plan. So now you're just throwing out a little bit of salt to wound these people who were good to you. But this is what people do out here. You don't have any friends out here. I tell you all that all the time. Trust no one. That's a sad way to view people, but you can't trust people. That's why you have to be careful what you tell people, what you talk about with people, what you confide in with people, bringing your guard down with people, because that's what the enemy is looking for, is a way in to infiltrate. And that's exactly what happened in this case. This is nothing but a grand hustle of hustlers. The blind leading the blind manipulating the blind. Stay woke. All these people are hustlers. Hustlers, grifters, misfits. It's all the same. Who knows a hustler better than another hustler? Come on, Queen, bring it to him. Even a hustler knows when they're being hustled. And I can't get hustled unless I give you permission. And all these people were hustling each other. And still, current day, current tense, are hustling one another. BJ is hustling her daughter. The daughter is hustling BJ. The daughter was hustling Danny. Danny was hustling her, the girlfriend, Leilani. Come on with it, Queen. He was hustling BJ to stay free in her house and don't pay a fucking dime. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? Just a dirty circle of misfits. As someone in the chat said, chaos agents. Exactly. Agents of chaos. Perfectly said. Wreaking havoc on any willing participant. And you have people like this. They know how to get what they want. And as one young guy once told me many years ago, he said, Miss Angie, I want to tell you something. We all hustle people. He said, and one person could never, ever say they ain't never manipulated another person to get what they want. We're all manipulators. And he is right. Because you know when you want something bad enough, you'll do what you got to do to get it. If that means you got to bat your lashes a little longer than usual. Perk up your lips to get that refrigerator, car, down payment on something, new piece of jewelry. You see where I'm going? Bring on a sob story that your check was late, wasn't in the mail, didn't hit the bank account as of yet. I'm a little light this month. Everybody's done it. You've hustled people when you knew you had money in your pocket, in your bank account, but you just didn't want to spend it, so you spun a web. I'm a little short this month. I need to pay my light bill. I need about $50 extra. The hustle is real. It's just a matter of acknowledging that you're being hustled. Now, a lot of people are just kind-hearted and they like to help people. But you got to understand, sometimes you can't help people. You can't extend an olive branch to a snake. Understand what I'm saying? You can't extend an olive branch to a snake. Patricia, the link is in the chat. If you're going to hit it, better go on and hit it now. But we all have manipulated people to get what we want. But when you deal with these type of people, the manipulation can get you 6 feet under. That's why you have a dead baby. Because you're dealing with the diabolical. So this type of hustle is different than bumming, begging. Now you got a dead baby. So her hustle and grind is a little bit different than Shamika over here on 25th Street. She hustled and hustled till she felt her back was pressed against the wall and she needed to eliminate her child. Many people have been in her situation, but they did not murder their children. Because one, she didn't have any business with the child and children in the first place. So BJ is a culprit in this situation because she had custody of the kids. Patricia Almond, where are you calling me from? In this situation because she had custody of the kids. You on, Patricia, where you calling from?
Atlanta.
You got background down, baby.
Atlanta. I don't want to be in the chat.
I beg your pardon? Now you asked me for the link and I put the link up here and you don't want to give your comment? Okay, really? Well, I'm a little over 2 hours. I'm gonna leave it there. I want to thank you all for joining me. You all have a wonderful week. God bless all of you. That's a said commentary. Please check out Cinema Shogun. I use this content to bring forth my opinion in this said story. And, well, it's just what I just said, extending an olive branch. As you see, what happens. Like, share, subscribe. Please check out my community board for said information, updated stories, and polls to take. If you see something, say something. Be a part of the solution and not the problem. Mind the children. Thank you for standing by and listening to this content for a little over 2 hours. God bless all of you. If you'd like to donate to this great network, Everyday Shenanigans, $sign Beganji, 129 Cash App. God bless all of you. Please have a safe week. I will be talking to you guys a little bit later. You all stay safe, and I will bring more information as I get it. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you.